Holla peeps, it's your girl Schree reporting live for SchreeTV. Watching my girl Jane Valez. Had a great spin class today. Afterwards of which I had pancakes for lunch. You know, so I'm quite full right now. But they have to find their sustenance and their satisfaction elsewhere. And the comments that we've heard from Trayvon's parents throughout the trial seem to really imply that they were doing that they were relying on their religious beliefs, their spirituality, their friends. Lonnie, good point. But my question is, did Special Prosecutor Angela Corey raise their hopes to perhaps an irrationally positive? Well, we know Trayvon didn't die in vain, don't we? I mean, that's a spark conversation all over the place. You know, we're all talking about it. So he did not die in vain. Maybe their expectations were raised to an unreasonable degree. Let's see the panel, because if nobody can read them. Yeah.
So we don't know what Angela told the Martin family, but I doubt that she told them what we heard them say on this network, which is that they didn't know that their own medical examiner was going to say that he didn't have any memory as it related to the autopsy.
How about that Alexander girl? She the one that fired 2 warning shots? Well, her husband was going to kill her or something like that. And she tried to use the stand your ground law. And she might be in jail for 20 years, y'all. She didn't even kill him. She just fired warning shots in Florida. We talked about that on the show Monday night. If you didn't hear Monday night's show, you need to listen to it. Holla.
I would have voted the exact same way. Frank Taffy, you raise your hand.
Yes, I believe that she gave him false hope from the beginning. You know, we have to go back
to
Frank
Taffy.
The origin of this, where, you know, the state attorney there in Stanford found no probable cause. And in this case, Angela Corey made the charge fit the crime. And there just wasn't much to go on. And, you know, based on, you know, Chief Lee's statement that, you know, they could not find any probable cause. And that's the cornerstone of any charge. And in the charging affidavit, the state went on record to state that Trayvon was being aggressed by George, that George was the aggressor. And upon direct examination to their inspector on the stand, they couldn't determine. They had no way to find out who the aggressor was.
So far, so good in terms of people not speaking over each other. You've had your say, Frank, and now I'd like to go to Jay Wendell Gordon. And let's see if we can keep this track record going. Go ahead, Jay Wendell.
Well, I disagree with Frank Taffy with regard to probable cause. There was probable cause all over this case. If there wasn't probable cause, the case would have been dismissed at the motion for judgment of acquittal. That did not occur in this case. On the other hand, did Angela Corey oversell the case? I don't think so. If she believed in her case the way that she's supposed to as a prosecutor, then she had to firmly believe that she was going to get at least a manslaughter and not second-degree murder. And I think she should have added some additional charges to the case as well. Now, when you go to trial, trials are uncertain. And anybody who does trial work will tell you that anytime you go to trial, you always have uncertainties. Even though witnesses prepare written reports, when they get on the stand, it's a totally different story. When you're under scrutiny, like Rachel Gentile, for like 5 hours, you start to fatigue right there on the stand. Val, who knew that his arrogance would rule the day? He wanted to know more than the lawyers. So, you know, there were a lot of things going on that Angela Corey could not have anticipated,
Danny
but had to be prepared for.
Jay Wendell raises a good point about possible other charges. I mean, what if this charge, the top charges started with manslaughter, and then there would have been other lesser included? Would that have been a smarter way to go? Because you heard juror B37 say, we wanted to charge him with something, but we felt that given the charges that were our options and the law as it stands with stand your ground, we didn't have any other option. Would there have been another way to play this?
As the problem, some commentators have said that had they charged that lesser offense, manslaughter, there may have been a better chance because they could have argued that, and it was, in essence, a lot of people have argued that the prosecution has overshot. However, the jury had manslaughter to consider. and they found that
I'm
neither
talking about
manslaughter nor second-degree murder
lesser
applied.
charges from that. If manslaughter was the top charge, for example, and you had other lessers
It
from
pissing
that,
Jane off
I
now.
don't know, whether it be aggravated battery or whatever, would at least they have been able to come out with something.
Doesn't she remind you of Christy McNichol? Remember the actress?
Absolutely. And that
Hey, whatever happened to Christy
issue
McNichol? She was like one of my
media
favorites when I was a
attention,
kid.
Because you have to wonder, when reviewing, when the charging unit, or however it's done down there, is reviewing a case like this, and they look rationally to what they can reasonably prove in court, there's probably a lesser included charge below manslaughter that may have been more reasonable. However, there's been many commentators saying that given the pressure on the prosecution in this case, they felt they had to go for not just manslaughter, but
Well, you know what I always say,
Yeah,
100% of nothing is nothing. If you know, it's like somebody saying, I want to, you know, there's statistical probability in things like this that you have to consider. I want to go to Eric Schwartzman very quickly.
Jane, they overcharged from the beginning. That was their problem. This case was brought because of political pressure. Trayvon Martin did not deserve to die. After all, he was unarmed teenagers. But prosecutors do this all the time. They overcharge. They oversold this. They overcharged. It was never murder 2. When you start with murder 2, and then you say to the jury, well, if we haven't proven this, why don't you consider the lesser manslaughter? They're not selling what they believe in, and it's a big problem.
Frank?
They ended up having egg on their face, and they lost this case, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they did.
You wanted to say something, Frank?
Yeah, Danny, you know, I really respect everything you say, and you know, I think we shared this earlier, you and I, when we met in New York this week. There was no probable cause to begin with, and and let me ask you this: what would it have taken?
Frank, I agree with you.
Charge, George. What would it have taken? They don't work on commission at the police station, okay? They don't get a cut for
Yeah, but the reality is, right.
How can you say there's no probable cause when they were successful on a motion for judgment of acquittal?
Let's see it speak. Let's see it speak, please.
Hey, Frank and I are having a conversation here. Now, twice.
Thank you.
Now hold on, Frank. I agree with you, but the reality in the criminal justice system is that probable cause is usually a rubber stamp.
Sophie.
At least that's what a lot of people observe, and I think there's
Aw,
grounds
she's
for saying that. And if that's true,
BJ, your dog Sophie is so cute. Aww.
probable cause initially will be found. So, assuming arguendo that they find probable cause early on, you have to look at this as a defense case.
So
Cute.
cute.
So I agree with you. I don't know if there was probable cause for anything.
All right, Jim, we'll go quickly and then we'll go to break.
I think these two individuals are being intellectually dishonest to even pretend like there was no probable cause in this case. George Zimmerman.
Well, the police did arrest.
George Zimmerman should have stayed in his car.
You put your faith in Sanford police?
It's as easy as that.
27 years, the state attorney was
44 days before an arrest, no proper investigation. They did absolutely nothing.
Chief Lee.
They look like the Keystone Cops out there. You guys
Work
are
on
funny.
commission.
And then we'll go.
They look like the Keystone Cops.
Well, look,
They didn't work on commission.
So
Lock them up.
What we're talking about here is that
you want to
the
call it
rage
Keystone Cops.
started.
I mean,
The rage started when nothing was done. When this young man was dead on the ground, and essentially the cops said, nothing to see here, nothing to see here, move along, move along. And that's why the special prosecutor was ultimately brought in. That's why charges were filed. That's why we went to trial. What we were just debating is, were the right charges brought in terms of if you want to win? You know, 100% of nothing is nothing, like they said. So we're going to agree to disagree whether or not
No, that's interesting. Were the right charges brought up? Maybe they were brought the wrong charges. Maybe they should have started with murder 1. Because you know, lawyering and being in the courtroom and all that stuff, it is like a game. And the prosecution just lost. It's disgusting.
You really could have done it at a better time. These Chevys are
You know what? I've got to watch his parents. Trayvon's parents were on the Today Show. Strong people. I wonder if they'll get back together now, you know. Maybe have another baby. Not that, you know, another baby wouldn't replace Trayvon, but maybe they'll get their spark back for each other. Either way, he did not die in vain. I love you, baby. It's my baby. We're full.
I don't even have room for my soda.
I know, I can't fit anything else in my stomach. I need to go back to the gym. I do. It's hot out there, though. All I gotta do is put on my sauna suit and go outside.
It's 115.
Is it 115? 115 degrees, you guys. Out here in Las Vegas. Holla. Look, see? I have to watch that. Oh, wait. Jane is back on. That's my girl. Wait.
You know, Jane, you're never going to convince the African-American community and lots of people in the white community who have taken to the streets over this matter that this would not have had a different outcome if Trayvon were white. From the beginning, the police probably would have arrested George Zimmerman. The jurors, B37, said that she was empathetic to George Zimmerman, not the deceased Trayvon Martin. And we can't help but believe if Trayvon were a young white teen walking home on a snack run, that those jurors would have had more empathy for him and less than the individual that shot him.
Well, I want to go to Frank Taffy. You live in the neighborhood. Let's say
Oh, God,
were
Frank
walking
Taffy,
down
Zimmerman's
the street
friend.
in the same exact spot where Trayvon Martin was walking.
He's the one that was like, "What's up, bro?" Using, like, you know, trying to be funny, using, like,
Do
Ebonics.
you think that George Zimmerman,
know,
who couldn't have recognized you, would have started
Stereotypical
to call
black
the,
vernacular.
non-emergency police
Just being an
number
asshole.
to say that he saw somebody suspicious?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Let me follow up with that.
You
Let me come in.
just said.
Here's the deal.
Who walks toward a threat?
Yeah, the narrative.
You walk
here
away from a
that,
threat.
He
didn't see Trayvon as a threat. He saw Trayvon as prey.
You want to say that if you were black, if you were white, if George Zimmerman was a woolly mammoth, things would be different. I don't know. But the reality is, the idea that because Trayvon Martin is black, that's why he was profiled, is somewhat belied by the actual facts, the actual evidence. When you listen to the 911 call, that's not the first thing he blurts out. He's describing that he looks suspicious, and only upon a request for information from the 911 operator does he say and looks black.
And remember,
It's simply.
And remember, in closing, Mark O'Mara brought out the fact, in his closing, in his summation, that we had been burglarized by young black males. That was in his summation. Okay? That's all. I'll leave you with that.
And let's add one step further. You know, there's one way to look at this case, and it's this. You can say it's young black male, but the reality is young males are the ones responsible. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, young males are the ones.
In our case, they were all black.
I don't walk into prisons and see 82-year-old grandmothers of any color. So the reality is young males.
Well, I honestly don't think gender is an issue in this case. I mean, we've got enough issues and we don't need to throw in gender. But I do want to. I want to go to Jane Valez because I want to give you an opportunity to respond to that because it was mentioned by Mark O'Mara. It's now being repeated by Frank Taffy, who lived in the neighborhood. Do you think if Trayvon Martin, let's say he's the same exact age. I'll give you another hypothetical. He's the same exact age. he's talking to his girlfriend, but instead of being a young African American male, he's a young white male. Do you think that it would have turned out differently?
Absolutely, that young white male would be alive today. Look, let's just put this where it belongs. If Trayvon Martin was white,
Well, everybody,
he would be alive. Because he's black, he's dead. And you guys kill me with this, again, the intellectual dishonesty of the both of you. It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard from someone. I'm just telling you how
Let me address that.
we're a little over. I'm going to close this one out and start a new one right away. Your girl Schree signing out for SchreeTV. I love you guys.